Hey guys, I have a Bible journaling process video for you today. It has been a hot minute since I've done one of these, and so I'm super excited to jump in and get this going today. Today I'm doing a page on Romans 8:28, which is the foundation verse for my blog, which is Project 828. If you haven't checked that out, I am leaving a link to that down below. Please go check that out. For every process video I do a blog post and have a little devotion in there. And so I'm trying to get that up and going again. So please take the time, go over there, check it out, support me by just leaving a comment or sending me a message, letting me know that you're there. I also have a forum there. You can join, you can chat, all the things. So today we are just going to hop right in, and I am doing a pretty simple page with some acrylic paints and some bright colors. So let's get going. Alright guys, let's get started. I am starting by protecting my pages just with some plain white printer paper that I've used for this over and over, so they're well loved. And then I'm starting off with the color Bright Pink. This is a folk art brand, and I'm just going to go around and make some random brush strokes on the pages. There's really no technique to this. It's just putting color where you think looks best. And so here I'm just going back over these a couple of times just to make sure that it is nice and opaque, which is how I like it. You do your page however you like. Next, I am going to use some distress paint in the color Salvaged Patina. And I'm going to do the same technique and just throw some paint on the page. There's really no rhyme or reason to the way I'm doing this. It's just me putting some paint down on a page, and you just do it how you think it looks best. And sometimes it turns out great, and sometimes it's not your favorite, but I think that there is so much joy in the process that it really doesn't matter what the end result is. The whole point of Bible journaling is spending that time with God, reflecting on your verse for the day, and that is what we're doing here. And so the last color I'm going to use is an apple barrel paint, and it's in the color Bright Yellow. And so while I am finishing up putting the paint on this page, I want to go ahead and read our verse for today, which is Romans 8:28, and it says, "And we know that God causes everything to work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to his purpose for them." And so this is just a great reminder for you as well as for me in a season where I have really been struggling to see what God is doing here, what good could possibly come from this season. I am learning that I have to just be still and wait on him and trust that he is working it out for my good. And so, like I said before, this is my foundation verse for my blog. This is something that I wholeheartedly believe in, but in the current season that I'm in, it has been really difficult, and I'll go into a little more detail on that in my blog. So if you want to know a little bit more about what's going on in my life and how God is working, please go on over to my blog. I've linked it down below, so you can go ahead and click on that and just give it a read and leave me a comment if you'd like. I would love to hear from y'all. So I'm gonna just go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this drawing, and we will get on with it. So next I wanted to go ahead and just add some stenciling, and so I grabbed one of my homemade stencils, and I grabbed a Distress Oxide in the color Wilted Violet and one of my blending brushes, and I'm just going to randomly put some stencils on here. And again, just like with the painting, there's really no rhyme or reason to how I'm doing this. So here I'm going to grab another one of my homemade stencils, and I'm just going to do the same thing. I'm going to put just some little accents around my page, and I feel like this just adds a little extra interest to the page. There's no real reason for doing it. There's no real reason for anything I do on my pages. Mostly it's just how I want it to look. And so I'm adding some of that first stencil onto the left side of my page as well. And then I'm going to go ahead and dry this oxide so that I don't smear all over my page and get it all over my hands. And then I'm going to go ahead and jump in and do some hand lettering. So if you've watched me letter before, you know I have to turn my Bible all sideways. And so here I started lettering with one of my favorite pens to letter with, but it was really doing something weird on this paint. So I did end up switching over to a Posca paint pen, and I switched right here. And then I did go back and go over the word all with the Posca paint pen. You'll be able to see a noticeable difference here between how dark this word is compared to the word all. So this Bible that I'm journaling in is my interleaved Bible, and I kind of have done something a little bit different with this Bible than I did with my illustrating Bibles. My illustrating Bibles typically have a lot of ephemera, stickers, that sort of thing. With this interleaved Bible, I wanted it to be more simplistic, just with some background colors and then some lettering. And so typically I will letter some of the verse on the page opposite of the text, and so that's what I'm doing here. And so I like that this Bible has a very cohesive feel between all of the pages that I've done so far. And I also have not been putting any bow clips in this Bible, and I've done that very intentionally so that it does not get bulky like my illustrating Bible, and that way I can put more in it. And so here, after I letter the word good, I am going back in with a really fine tip pen, and I'm just adding a little accent to each of these letters. And this is a Prismacolor pen, and it just, again, gives a little something extra. So here I'm using a splatter brush to put some splatters on my page. I just put a little black paint on a plate and then put some water with it, and then I'm just using this Tim Holtz splatter brush to do some splatters, again, just to add a little something extra to the page. And then here I'm just going to use some VersaFine ink and my Mega date stamp to go ahead and put the date there at the bottom. And then I'm just going to outline my verse a few times just to kind of highlight that. And then that is going to be pretty much it for my page. And so I hope you guys enjoyed journaling along with me or just watching it. And then here is just a close-up of the finished product. I'll see you guys later. Bye.